Yo, what is good YouTube? It's the Deli, back with another Destiny 2 Onslaught build video, and today we're going to go over my Void Warlock build. In this build, you're going to have constant overshield, restoration ×1, R ×2, devour, and we're going to be able to spam our grenades all at the same time. Let's take a look at the build. Alright, so jumping into the build, the exotic armor of choice is going to be the Karnstein Armlet. Karnstein Armlet's armor perk is Vampire's Caress. Melee and finisher final blows instantly grant cure and provide restoration for a short duration. So on melee kill, it's going to give you ×3 cure and restoration ×1. But if you get a finisher final blow, it's going to grant you restoration ×2. This is going to be very strong with the exotic weapon of choice. Alright, so taking a look at our exotic weapon of choice, we are going to be using the exotic glaive Vexcalibur. Vexcalibur's intrinsic trait is M1R Distribution Matrix. Fires a spread equipped with a quick draining shield. Blocking damage with your shield gradually bestows void overshields to yourself and nearby allies. Vexcalibur's trait is Perpetual Loophole. Deal additional melee damage while protected by an overshield. Defeating targets with melee final blows while the overshield is active will refresh it. So this is going to pair very well with the Karnstein Armlets. We're going to constantly have overshield and restoration on top of it with devour. So you can see the synergy here. This is a very strong combo. And this week it is overcharged glaive in Onslaught. So you're going to be doing even more damage with this exotic glaive. Alright, now let's take a look at our super abilities, aspects, and fragments. For the super, I'm going with Vortex Nova Bomb. You could use Cataclysm as well. I just like Vortex as it's going to sit on these chunkier enemies and do damage over time. I feel like it pairs very well with this build. For our Rift, we're going to be using Healing Rift just to get some extra healing. For the jump, this is preference. We're going to be on Burst Glide. And we only have one melee option here, Pocket Singularity. For the grenade, I think Vortex Grenade is the best grenade for this build. You're going to be able to toss it at chunky enemies and just go at them with your exotic glaive. For the aspects, we're going to be using Feed the Void. Defeat a target with a Void ability to activate Devour. Your Devour effects are improved, restoring additional health and grenade energy. This is going to pair very well with Karnstein Armlets. Devour is just free health and grenade energy on top of restoration. You're going to be very tanky with an overshield as well. For our second Void aspect, we're going to be using Child of the Old Gods. Cast your Rift to create a Void Soul when you damage a target with a weapon. Your Void Soul flies to them and drains them, doing damage and weakening them. When a target is being drained, you are granted grenade and melee energy if you're running a Healing Rift. So since we're going to be on Healing Rift, this is even more grenade energy, and this is a free debuff, 15% debuff on enemies when that Void Oversoul is giving them the sucky suck. Alright, now let's take a look at our fragments. Our first fragment of choice is going to be Echo of Undermining. Your Void Grenades weaken targets. This is another free way to apply a 15% debuff onto enemies. I like to throw my Vortex Grenade onto chunkier enemies and then just start using my glaive. This is a very strong fragment for this build. For our second fragment, we're going to be using Echo of Persistence. Void buffs applied to you, Invisibility, Overshield, and Devour have increased duration. This is a -10 to recovery, but since we're going to have Devour up, we're going to be getting basically full health on kill. And this is very strong because it's going to increase the length of our Overshield and our Devour. And our third fragment of choice is going to be Echo of Instability. Defeating targets with grenades grants volatile rounds to your void weapons. This is also a +10 to our strength stat. This is very good because our Vexcalibur is a void weapon, so when we do get a grenade final blow, we're going to get volatile rounds, which is going to allow us to stun barrier champions. Our last fragment of choice is going to be Echo of Expulsion. Void ability final blows cause targets to explode. This is really nice. It gives us a +10 to our intellect as well, and on grenade kill, it's going to do a lot of AoE damage. Now let's take a look at our weapons. In the kinetic slot, I'm running a Fatebringer. This could be swapped out for something else. I was using Fatebringer to stun unstoppable champions earlier in Onslaught, but you could sub this in for something like Riptide with Chill Clip. Could even sub it in for a Blinding GL or even Mountaintop. This is just personal preference. We already went over our exotic of choice, the Vexcalibur. In the heavy slot, I am using an Edge Transit. For the ad clear rounds, I have Deconstruct and Chain Reaction on this Edge Transit. But for boss rounds, I like to swap this out for a Doomed Petitioner. Reconstruction and Precision Instrument is a very good linear to use against some of these bosses. Alright, now let's take a look at our armor and armor mods. On our helmet, we're going to be using 1 Harmonic Siphon. So on Rapid Void Weapon Final Blows, we create Orbs of Power. We're also going to be running 1 Font of Wisdom. When we collect an Orb of Power, it's going to give us Armor Charge, and this is going to give us a plus 30 to our Intellect stat. This will help us get our Nova Bomb a little quicker. And our last mod on our helmet is going to be Special Ammo Finder, so we can always have ammo for our Vexcalibur. On our Karnstein armlets, we're going to be using 1 Firepower. This is going to create Orbs of Power when we get Grenade Final Blows, and we're going to be able to spam our grenade quite a bit in this build. We're also going to be using 1 Bolstering Detonation. Grants class ability energy when you cause damage with a grenade. Nice little synergy here. We're going to be spamming our grenade, and we'll be able to get our Rift back a little faster doing that. And our last mod on our Karnstein armlets is going to be 1 Harmonic Loader. Increases reload speed of void weapons. This is just so I can reload my Vexcalibur a little faster, but if you do have Grave Robber on your Vexcalibur, you could run another Bolstering Detonation. On our chest armor, I just have 1 of each element. You could sub this out for whatever threat is in the activity you're running. Concussive Dampener is also very good since there is a lot of AoE damage in this game. On our leg armor, I'm running 1 Harmonic Scavenger, so I get more ammo when I pick up a Special Brick for my Vexcalibur. We're running 2 Void Weapon Surges just to get some extra damage on our Vexcalibur, our Grenade Launcher, or our Linear Fusion Rifle. And on our last piece of armor, our Warlock Bond, we are going to be running Double Bomber, so when we throw our Rift down, we're going to get some Grenade cooldown, and 1 Time Dilation, so our armor charges have a longer duration. Alright, now that is going to do it for the build. You can see all my armor mods here. My stat distribution, I like to focus on Resilience and Discipline in this build. And the artifact mods don't really matter on this build. There's no Void Focus mods in the artifact this season, but hopefully next season we get some for Void. And if you're interested in my drip here, you can see the shaders and armor pieces I used. So that's going to do it for the build. Leave a comment down below if you tried this build out and you liked it. More Destiny 2 Onslaught build videos coming very soon. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and turn that notification bell for more content very soon. My name is The Deli, and peace.